Hi guys, I'm back with part 2 of my video. I made a video earlier which was very short about my miscarriage, but then I had to stop filming because, mother duties. So I'm really hoping I can make it through part 2 without having to stop again. I know that I could basically paste everything together, but I have so little time these days and I don't know, I don't have many subscribers, so I just can't really be bothered with all the editing. Anyway, if you have not seen the first part to my video, make sure to go watch that before this, because otherwise this video won't make any sense. Anyway, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to deal with that because I have a lingering cough. So I ended my last video saying that I'd found out that I was pregnant in December and I had a lot of mixed feelings about it. I was excited about having a second baby, but I was anxious about a third C-section. Oh god, I meant a third baby. I forgot I've already got 2. I was anxious about having a third baby. I knew I'd already had 2 C-sections, that it was major surgery. I had a very difficult recovery of my second C-section and I just wasn't in the right place to have a baby. I didn't feel prepared and I knew that pregnancy could dry up my breast milk and I was very scared about that because I was still breastfeeding. But I did not want to have an abortion, and at the same time, I was excited and I knew that I would make the best I could for the baby that I thought was, going to grow. Anyway, I decided to book myself in for early ultrasound at what I thought was 7 weeks. And I got to my scan. I booked this scan in because I noticed that my pregnancy tests were not getting much darker. It took a very long time for me to get dark positives, and I just knew my HCG wasn't doubling and that something was wrong. So I got an early scan because I felt like my doctor and midwives were trying to brush me off when I was expressing concern, and I wanted to see for myself what the situation was. On the morning that I had my private ultrasound, I knew that it was going to be bad. I just felt it in my gut that I wasn't going to see a heartbeat. So I got to my ultrasound and they scanned me, and the woman told me that she could only see a gestational sac and there was no baby in it. So she advised that I went to the doctor and had my HCG bloods done to see if my hormones were doubling or what was going on, and recommended that I rule out ectopic pregnancy. So I went to the doctor and they did my blood work, and then I was referred to the hospital where they took some more bloods, and I was told my HCG was not doubling. It was rising slowly but not doubling, which was a warning sign for an ectopic pregnancy. So I ended up actually having to go to A&E at night because I'd been having bleeding at this point, and they wanted to rule out ectopic because typically with a miscarriage the HCG would drop, not rise. So I didn't really know what to expect. I had hope that the pregnancy would continue, that my baby would be okay, but at the same time I felt like my body knew that it wasn't the right time and nature was taking its course. And once I found out I was having a miscarriage, honestly, I hate to say it, but a part of me felt relieved because I just really wanted to focus on the kids I have and I wasn't ready, and I never wanted to ever have an abortion. So I felt like my body knew what was going on and sorted itself out. I'd also lost a dramatic amount of weight right before I fell pregnant, and so my body just wasn't thriving and it wasn't in the state to be pregnant. Obviously after this pregnancy I have been much more careful, and I'm not risking a pregnancy again, because it just takes one time, and that's what I've come to learn. Because with my previous partner, Chloe's dad, I got pregnant a few times, but I found that it took effort, and so I thought that I just wasn't one of those people to get pregnant fast or easily. And then with my second partner, it's been different, so I don't know. Anyway, so that was something I went through, and it was something I had to deal with and get over before coming back to YouTube and, you know, talking about it. And the actual miscarriage was actually extremely physically painful. I had very intense pains leading up to passing the gestational sac, and yeah, it was a very intense thing to go through. But I'd already been through a lot of miscarriages, hence why I was less emotional this time, and why I might not appear really emotional right now. I've had a lot of miscarriages, so at this point I'm a little bit more switched off to it, and I try not to get too attached during pregnancy until about 12 weeks. Anyway, in terms of my MS symptoms, or whatever you'd like to call it, I feel that I feel that my symptoms have reduced a bit. I felt like my vision symptoms have got a little bit better, and I just feel that I'm improving a little bit, which I'm happy about, but at the same time I'm trying to pursue an MRI. Still haven't managed to get that sorted, which is frustrating, but I'm trying to take care of myself and I'm doing okay. I got really into a couple of books recently, which I thought that I would show you, and that is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, and she also wrote a sequel called It Starts With Us. And this book is absolutely fabulous. I think this is the best book I've read in about 3 years, so I really highly recommend any single mothers or, you know, young women to read this book. Anyone that's been through difficult times in relationships or not, just anyone, you know, from like 16 onwards, I would recommend to read this book. It's just incredible. This book is about a girl that falls in love with a man and has had a difficult upbringing, and it just talks about relationship difficulties and the challenges that she faces, but it's really hard to explain without saying too much. But I really recommend you get this. I don't normally show things on my channel because obviously I'm not sponsored or anything, but I just felt it in my heart that this was something I really wanted to share because I just loved this book so much. I read this in 2 days, and it was, you know, it's quite a big book, and I'm a mum to 2 kids, and I read the second one in 3 days. So yeah, it's called It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, and then the second one is called It Starts With Us. Amazing books. I even had my boyfriend read this. In fact, that's why it's got the bookmark in, not because I didn't finish it, but my boyfriend is currently reading it. Anyway, I don't think there's much more to say right now. There's a few things that I could touch on, but I'm actually really tired, and my baby could honestly stir at any minute because both kids are asleep, but my youngest baby typically wakes up like every 30 to 60 minutes if I'm not in the bed next to her, which is frustrating, but I think that's just how breastfed babies are. And I cough a lot at night because the temperature drops in the air. I just feel like once I get a cough, it takes me a long time to get better. So I have that like residual chestiness, so talking a lot kind of triggers it. But I just really wanted to come back and make a little bit of an update because it has been so long. I hope that everybody is doing well. I know there's only like very few people that watch my videos, but I do really appreciate anyone that takes the time to listen. And I hope that over the next few months or years I can grow my channel a little bit, and hopefully eventually I'll have some more time to really put the effort in and edit and do more exciting content. Anyway, sending all my positivity and well wishes to every one of you. Bye.